Hey guys, it's Justin from Nintendo Watcher. Today we're taking a look at Bowser's Fury, the DLC thing that comes with the Super Mario 3D World port for the Switch. After an understandably understated 2020, Nintendo needed something big, something that people could look forward to. What we got was a port we always knew was coming, Super Mario 3D World. It seemed obvious, especially since Cat Mario was included in Super Mario Maker 2, that 3D World would make an appearance on the Switch. But when? Turns out, February 2021 was the right time. But it wasn't just 3D World. Bowser's Fury, the add-on for the Switch port, is what got people really excited. After spending some time exploring the Cat Kingdom, I can definitely say that Bowser's Fury is the most interesting thing that's happened to the 3D Mario franchise since 2017's Mario Odyssey. Here's our review of Mario's first open-world adventure, Bowser's Fury for the Nintendo Switch. In this first open-world adventure, Mario partners with Bowser Jr. to explore the Cat Kingdom, collect 100 cat shines, and fight the colossal Fury Bowser. Bowser Jr. approaches Mario and asks him for help saving his father, who has gotten covered in some gray, gooey substance. It's also covered much of Cat Kingdom. Of course, Mario agrees to help, and he takes off with Bowser Jr. to explore this new world. As Mario collects cat shines, he's able to transform into a kind of Super Saiyan Cat Mario with the help of the Giga Bell. As Super Cat Mario, he becomes huge too and can fight Fury Bowser head to head. There aren't any princesses to save or worlds to clear. Mario just has to help his arch nemesis come back to his senses. In what feels like a copy-paste job from Breath of the Wild's Blood Moon, Fury Bowser wakes up every once in a while to attack Mario. But just before he attacks, it starts to rain and the sky gradually gets darker. When the attack begins, Fury Bowser breathes fire at Mario and giant rocks fall from the sky. At first, I thought Fury Bowser's attacks were really annoying. Unlike the Blood Moons from Breath of the Wild, Fury Bowser's attacks are pretty common. They happen all the time. Just when you think you're figuring out a puzzle or getting to the top of a complicated platforming challenge, Fury Bowser attacks and you have to find cover fast. After exploring more of the world though, I realized that when Fury Bowser attacks, invisible blocks and new paths emerge, making it easier to collect some cat shines. Controlling Mario feels tight, but there's something missing. Unsurprisingly, Bowser's Fury uses the same controls as 3D World, but it just doesn't feel complete. Some of the platforming in Bowser's Fury would feel so much more natural with Odyssey's moveset, but after a while you get used to it. Bowser Jr. is your constant companion throughout the game, flying alongside you in his Junior Clown car. At the beginning of Bowser's Fury, you can choose how much you want help from Bowser Jr. None, a little, or a lot. I didn't want to make it too easy, so I went with no help. I still noticed Bowser Jr. taking out enemies that got too close to him, though. Unlike 3D World, Bowser's Fury doesn't offer a rich multiplayer experience. Player 2 joins Mario as Bowser Jr., controlling him in a co-op mode. It feels like the tacked-on multiplayer in Odyssey, where a second player could control Cappy, but that usually only made things harder for the first player. The same is true here. Bowser's Fury brings back all your favorite 3D World power-ups, including the Super Bell, Super Mushroom, Fire Flower, Super Leaf, Double Cherry, Boomerang Flower, Superstar, and the rest. At several points during my Bowser's Fury playthrough, I thought to myself, what is this game? It feels like a test. It's a pilot. It's a demo. It's a proof of concept. Yeah, but of what? Playing through it, I couldn't help but be reminded of Kojima's 2014 Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. Alright, I know, stick with me here. Like Bowser's Fury, Ground Zeroes was the first open world game in the series. It was a sneak peek, a preview of what would become the biggest Metal Gear Solid game of all time, The Phantom Pain. Ground Zeroes was the standalone story that gave Kojima the freedom he needed to imagine and test what The Phantom Pain could be. Could Bowser's Fury be Ground Zeroes for the Mario franchise? I hope so. The game shows us what Mario could do in a sprawling open world and how he could get from one area to another. Some of Odyssey's kingdoms were already large enough to be their own tiny open worlds. Think back to the Metro Kingdom, the Mushroom Kingdom, or the Sand Kingdom. The question is, what would an open world Mario game give us that Odyssey didn't? A true open world Mario game could tie together disparate kingdoms, getting rid of loading screens, and give players a more gradual and more natural transition from one area to the next. Like Grand Theft Auto 3's broken bridges, you can imagine obstacles that require certain power-ups to get past. Imagine Mario getting power-ups as you progress through the game. Or, if the game adopted some RPG elements, you could level up your power-ups to become more powerful and then get to different areas of the map. That sounds like a Mario game I'd love to play. Whatever's next for the 3D Mario franchise, Super Mario Odyssey 2 or something else, it's inconceivable that Bowser's Fury and the lessons learned from it won't play a huge role in its development. If you didn't get 3D World on the Wii U, picking up this collection is a no-brainer. But even if you played it back in 2013, having 3D World on the go and getting to experience what might be the future of Mario and Bowser's Fury make Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury an essential Switch title.